School's out at the moment on holiday, but the results of a fascinating Victorian experiment prove that doesn't matter. Kids will learn anywhere, anytime, even maths and history. The key is an iPod and other computers. And as Jonathan Creek reports, suddenly learning is easy.
They came out with better grades.
They looked at my marks and they said I improved like tongues.
These students are at the forefront of a classroom revolution.
It's better than having to do it in a textbook.
Textbooks and chalkboards are out. The new way to learn is all about computers, iPods and digital interfaces over the internet.
You can upload lessons off of StudyWiz, put them onto iTunes and then download it onto your iPod, and then you've got the lessons.
And that could be, you could do that from anywhere in the world?
Yeah, just as long as there's a computer.
Put simply, what these devices are providing is a way for students to carry all their books, videos of their classes and even notes in their pockets at all times, which means no matter where they are, they can still be learning. And it's a model that's producing some dramatic results.
I forget things easily, but when I listen to my iPod, I get my memory back.
For the last 6 months, a grade of Year 8 students at Heathmont Secondary College has been involved in a trial to see if technology that interests them would help them learn. Assessed by the Victorian Department of Education, the report cards hold the answers.
A couple of grades, a grade or two. It's pretty good. I'm improved by 30% than I used to get, so it was way better.
Teaching is all about communication. And what the iPod is an additional way of communicating.
Maths teacher Sally Bodo was part of the iPod pilot and says it's vital that teaching methods move with technology to keep kids interested.
Some kids struggle to get their information from books. In fact, most kids, they can't just read a book and understand what the information is. Some kids struggle to focus on a lesson all the time. They sort of zone in and out, and so they miss bits in the lesson.
And it's those kids that this approach to learning targets.
Some students didn't change, some students did significantly better. They actually complained because they felt that they were overloaded, and the people who did our research for us said that they thought that that was probably because they were actually engaging in higher order thinking. So they found it more work, possibly because they had to think a bit harder.
What teachers have found is that students are actually far more engaged using this technology.
Jeff Elwood is the head of eTech Group, the Australian designers behind the StudyWiz learning platform.
It demonstrates that this new way of teaching and learning actually does increase student attention spans, does increase student output. It actually helps improve student behaviour as well because the kids are more engaged as well. So, yeah, very exciting from our standpoint.
He says this type of learning is taking off around the world and could soon be commonplace.
It was always regarded as enough to just sit the kid in front of a book, sit there and read. Well, their concentration spans are completely different now. Kids' brains nowadays are actually quite different to those of 20, 30 years ago because of the way that students are interacting in a digital world. This kind of technology could not only replace books, but potentially could replace laptops as a form of medium for communicating with students through a classroom environment.
I used to listen to them just before I went to sleep. Yeah, so then they'd be in my brain for the morning.
It can be a very powerful addition to a teaching program.
There's no question this is the way of the future.